topic for today's reading will be how the coronavirus will impact the soul family, or our soul family of dozens, hundreds, those who came here as part of the alien invasion of incarnating into souls, into bodies. How will the coronavirus impact this group of souls?
Spirit, can you tell us how the coronavirus will impact our soul family? That's too many. But I'm going to take the top one. Actually, two came out. So we got the Nine of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So from these two cards, I can see, obviously there's a lot of stress. I only pulled two for right now. In relation to this, so maybe there's a lot of worry going on in our soul family at the current moment. And the Page of Pentacles, I usually read that as like some sort of a tangible offer coming in, except for,
Would you say it's blossoming?
Yes. I don't know. This to me feels like a positive card. So I feel like whatever stress we're going through right now and turmoil we're going through right now, we eventually come out of that. And maybe something like a tangible vaccine or something. I know how much you hate that word. But maybe something along those lines will be coming out of this to take us seemingly out of our mental woes. Maybe that might necessarily be the truth of the matter, as the King of Swords is on the bottom of the deck.
Ooh.
Okay. So to me, this could maybe symbolize a couple of people who, I don't know that this person is necessarily tied to our soul family directly, as more of like an external force that's affecting our soul family. Does that make sense? And
What sort of flavor would that force have?
I don't think it's alleviating any of this fears. I feel like whoever this guy is attributing to this Nine of Swords, not this Page of Pentacles energy. Does that make sense?
It does.
I'm going to clarify that. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to use another deck entirely, if that's all right with you.
Of course. May I offer a quick possible commentary?
Sure.
So the Nine of Swords definitely worry about what's going on, and also isolation, and just being caught up in their own little world with
quarantine,
with fears and everything. But with the Princess of Pentacles, basically, I could see that as a sort of new world emerging. Like, basically, people are going into isolation and reflection, and they're working on ideas. They're building forward. They're coming together. They're interconnecting like never before.
Yeah.
And I feel like what's happening now can lead the way for our soul family to basically to blossom like that, and to find a sort of like a basically feminine power over / with Earth, in the sense of like reconnecting with nature and just getting in touch a whole lot more.
If we can harness this, we can overcome this. Does that make sense? And I feel like this lamb, I think it's a lamb, it's a white lamb, would represent some sort of innocence or fear that we will overcome. Like a new beginning of innocence almost, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But if we can harness this blossoming potential, as you said, then we can overcome this menacing energy.
So I wouldn't always say that that's necessarily a menacing
I feel
energy.
like this is at this moment.
Okay. You pulled the cards and you know the flow that's going through you better.
That's just what I feel at the moment. I don't
also,
know.
as a Gemini, I look at the good and bad of everything. Oh,
yeah.
It's not good. It's bad. Oh, it's not bad.
Well, the
it's
thing
good.
about the King of Swords is that he's very direct, and he sees a path, sets his course, and he follows through. you know, and he doesn't care about who is in the way and what needs to be sacrificed along the way and what gets hurt. The only thing that matters is the end game. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting off of this. Especially because the Nine of Swords came out first. And this was the overall. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's true, yeah. But clarify it. Add more.
Okay. You got it. I'm not a very good reader. I'm learning.
I disagree.
Alright. So, I'm going to clarify... the Page of Pentacles, because I feel like the Nine of Swords is pretty self-explanatory. We understand right now with the current events, we're in quarantine, everyone's sort of freaking out. We're, like you said, we're all kind of in our heads right now. The moon is back there too, so we're kind of taking this time to go force ourselves to do that internal work that maybe we've been putting off, and it's causing a lot of anxiety because it's something that we're not accustomed to, or something that we're sort of being forced into right now. We don't have a whole lot of a choice. So, anything that you didn't want to deal with, you have to now. Spirit is shoving it right in your face. But, again, then you get the Page of Pentacles. So it's like you're going to go through this tower moment or whatever it is and come out, you know, the other side brighter. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
In order for a building to be built, trees must be cut down.
Exactly.
In order for a new world to emerge, old systems must...
Exactly. Two of Swords, Five of Wands. Goes again along with that energy. Stress, anxiety, arguments, unease. All those things are... It's a time for easy tension right now, you know?
What? That's not accurate at all.
I got the Tower again and the Emperor, okay? The Emperor goes like...
a lot of Martian energy there.
Exactly.
Which is interesting because Mars is still carrying with it, even though they're not conjunct anymore, Mars is still carrying the energy of Saturn with it from that conjunction. And so there's a lot of extra left pillar energy right now. Which is interesting because the other sphere on the left pillar is Mercury, which rules over medicine and...
That is interesting. And we are
going... Came out.
So we got the Ten of Wands. Not a surprise. The Two of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So, it looks like right now there is like sort of a power struggle going on. Obviously everyone's pretty heavily burdened with what's going on. And this kind of goes along with the whole Nine of Swords as well. The Two of Wands in reverse is just indecision, inaction, which would go along with what the whole quarantine thing right now. We're not allowed to do anything.
Inaction.
And, you know, nobody really knows what's going on, so that would go along with the whole indecision thing. You know, everything's sort of up in the air right now. There's no clear...
What do we do? How do we do
it?
What's even going on?
No one knows when life is going to go back to normal or anything like this.
Will it ever?
And that kind of goes along with the Knight of Pentacles, you know. It's like a fast-moving ball that's just going to crash into this wall eventually, you know. And the Four of Pentacles, again, that's like out of control, you know what I mean? That's basically to me like a loss of control. So that's pretty ominous, if you ask me, especially considering that I clarified the Page of Pentacles. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords again. So that sort of clarifies what I was saying with this, right?
Through struggle comes triumph. Through anxiety comes relief.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm going to use these. We're going to pull some more. I got my Rider-Waite deck, but I think it's... Actually, you know what? It's up here. I'm going to use that. That's what happens when you have too many fucking decks. I don't even have that one, actually. How do you feel about reading reversals?
I'm conflicted on them.
I am too sometimes, but I feel like if they come out in flyers and I flip them, then if it feels right, I'll keep them. But if they all come out in reverse, generally I don't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like even with this, I was wondering a little bit with 3 out of 4 in reverse.
Right. And the 4 of Pentacles, when it fell, it did fall upright on the floor. But I don't think that would change a whole lot of the situation. That would still just add to the stress and the whole paranoia of the whole thing. You know, like, people now are holding on tighter than ever to not just hope, but stress also. You know what I mean? Just because it's inundated. It's right in your face. It's there all the time. There's no escaping it, you know?
Seriously.
I mean, you turn on the news, it's negative news. You turn on social media, it's all these deaths and everything, memes. You know? Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, the memes, I feel like that's how we cope in 2020, you know?
We're fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
Psychological warfare.
I'm sure my sister's a psychiatrist. I'm sure she's got some technical answer about that, but...
So this you have to pull quickly because I have like a minute of space left.
Okay. All right, well, this will be the last card then. Or whatever falls out, falls out. Oh, here we go. Okay, there's a surprise. There's lots of cards. I'm just going to take the ones that are upright. They're the ones that fell up. So, 7 of Swords, which is a card of deception.
So, I want to say real quick, all these swords, very mental error. Like,
yeah.
Very...
Which makes sense right now because you're in your head and you're stressed, you know? But, I can't... So I don't know if this one fell out upright, but this is how it fell up in my hand.
No?
So...
It's still a good card.
Yeah,
either way.
It is a good card either way. I'd like to think that this goes along with the Page of Pentacles in this reading, that we have the ability to pull ourselves out of this. You know, I think our family's going to be fine. I think that's why the Page of Pentacles is there. Our soul family, for the most part, is going to be safe.
They're just going through a lot of mental upheaval right now.
That's exactly what it is, with all of these swords and the 4 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands in reverse, the 10 of Wands. There's so much stress going on right now. It's like everyone is just sort of in their heads. Everyone's trying to figure this out. That's why this King of Swords energy is so important, because this energy is the energy that's going to control the situation and how people are thinking. And right now, I feel like this energy is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And it didn't come out in reverse or anything, but I just feel like this energy is so... like looking through tunnel vision. You know what I mean? Like has blinders on and won't bend.
Is that our way out?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. This is our way out. This
Emotion,
Ace of Cups.
Feeling.
Love, compassion, understanding, and forgiveness. This is our way out. No matter how stressful this gets, no matter how much deceit there is, no matter how much confusion, stress, burdens, everyone's, so many people are out of jobs right now. So many people are financially stressed. 4 of Pentacles, it came up in reverse, but again, this is holding on to your pennies,
So, I have to end it there, but thank you.